Hi, I'm Rhys Norville and I'm the owner of Regen Amenity. We sell fertilisers, wetting agents, biostimulants, but we also offer a data collection service. So we carry out a range of tests. We're looking at moisture using the pogo, firmness using the cleg hammer. We also measure infiltration rates. We do loss of ignition testing, so we can tell organic matter levels in the top 25 mil, 25 to 50 mil. In golf, we're also looking at the stimp meter reading. Not necessarily interested in the speed of the greens, but we're looking at how the ball reacts and the smoothness and the trueness of the green. A lot of guys will have us in for data collection around tournament time, so they know where they're at before like their major club championships or something. But the main focus for us is to make informed decisions around our cultural practices. So we'll know that if we're not getting very good infiltration, or if we're struggling for green firmness, or if we're holding too much moisture, how can we eradicate that? And we've got set parameters that we're sort of trying to achieve. Obviously it's always debatable on the weather. We got a lovely sunny day here. It's been dry for a few days. We did have a rain on the weekend, but it's how we can interlink. You know, we might have moisture in optimum temperature, but we're not getting the firmness in the green. So do we need to look at organic matter control? And that's backed up then by the loss of ignition test. Or our firmness might be on point, but our infiltration rates are poor. So greens might perform really nicely through the summer months when we've got the weather. Then as soon as the weather changes, greens might start to puddle up and hold lots of moisture. So we're just trying to find different characteristics of the greens and help the course managers, head greenkeepers, to make informed decisions rather than just say we always hollow core in September, so we're going to hollow core. You know, we might not need to, or we might not need to look at scarification, or we might need to increase sand input. We might have to change our fertiliser program because we're creating too much organic matter. So yeah, a bit of benchmarking for tournament play and helping guys make informed decisions for their cultural practices. Not everyone's going to have USGA spec greens, not everyone's going to be able to hit those guidelines or parameters that have been set by the RNA or the SDRI, but we tend to start looking for trends. So from the first one, we'll take that information, we'll gather it all together, and we'll put a report in place, and then maybe start some site-specific targets. Here at Wrag Barn, I've been working with the club for over 3 years now, and we've sort of done some spring testing, some summer testing, some autumn testing. We're never going to marry up those parameters across the year because the weather's different and the environment's different, but we'll know how those greens can perform at those certain types of the year. And it's about managing expectations as well, because some guys will go and see and they'll have organic matter at 10% in the top inch, and we're not going to magically make that down to 6% just by one scarify or one hollow core. But if we come back in same time next year and that we've seen a reduction, at least we're on the right trend. And I think that's very important to understand, is that there's no quick fixes in greenkeeping, and things will improve and decline because it's nature. That's what happens. But if we can give guys a bit of focus and measure that focus and see how we're performing, it just helps to make surfaces better, playability better, and improve the golfer's experience. A lot of times it might be that the greenkeeper is telling the committee or the club, so they're blue in the face, listen, we need to do more scarification, or we need to buy a new aerator, and these tests, they're facts, they're figures, they're data. You can't argue with that. One example is the golf club that I visit. All they've got is a Pro Core, and they had a massive pan layer about 4 inches because that's all they can get with the depth. The greenkeeper's telling them, so they're blue in the face, we need to verti-drain, we either buy one or hire one in, or look at an A2G2. And the club really didn't want the disruption on the greens for verti-drain, but when we went in, we did some testing, presented it to the committee, they were then on board. So a lot of time is trying to back up. The greenkeeper knows what actually needs to be done, but just needs a bit of data just to back them, just to get it over the line with clubs and committee. With the moisture meter, this is a pogo. So links with your phone. So you insert into the green, links to an app on your phone, and you click sample, and it'll give you an instant read-in. What's great about the Pogo is that it's all stored on the cloud. There are other moisture meters on the market that you can use, but from my setup, the Pogo's excellent because all that data gets stored. So when I go back and do my reports, if I've taken 100 samples, I've got all those readings at a click of a button. So next is the Clegg hammer. The dome replicates the golf ball. Slightly different implement if you're using it in football pitches, but you can see the line there. We just drop it down. It'll give us a reading in gravities, and then we have set parameters for general play and tournament play. We try and do an average of the greens to give us an overall reading. Next is a pentrometer. So this helps measure compaction. So what I'll do is I'll take a sample, a core out at 2 inches, 4 inches, 6 inches, and we just insert the pentrometer just to measure if there's any compaction in the green. So as I was talking earlier about the pan layer at 4 inches, it was quite evident because the pentrometer was reading over 3 bar that there was a compaction issue below that 4-inch sample. So it's a really good tool just to check if you do have any compaction issues deeper down in the surface. My favourite tool, the infiltration rings. So there's an inner ring and an outer ring. So we fill up the inner ring with water, and this is the one that we'll be measuring. We also fill up the outer ring because we want to check the moisture's going vertically and not spreading out. So we'll fill it up, and we'll just set a timer. Once the timer goes off, we'll measure in millimeters how much water has seeped through the profile, and that'll give us millimeters per hour. So again, if the greens are at field capacity, the infiltration will be slower. Might identify drainage issues or organic matter issues, but it's a really good tool that maybe isn't very popular in the Greenkeepers armoury, but it really does help us make those decisions when we do have bad weather or we're heading into the winter months, what cultural practices we can do to try and increase that infiltration rate. The skid meter, basically what we're using this tool for is just to check how the ball reacts on the surface of the greens. So yeah, we're just looking out for any bobble or any chatter on the surface. Again, especially around tournament golf, if we're 3 or 4 weeks out from the tournament, do we need to be putting a skit of top dressing sands out, or do we need to start grooming the surfaces, verti cutting the surfaces, just to make sure we get that smooth, true ball roll. We do measure the speed as well, but it's not the speed that we're necessarily interested in. It's just how that ball's reacting with the surface. And then we'll just use the core sample to make different depths ahead of using the pentrometer. We'll also take the core samples and send them off to the lab for the loss of the ignition test. So they'll just send us back results of the organic matter in the top 25 mil and then 25 to 50 mil. So again, that'll help us make informed decisions that we might have an issue in the top, so we can look at maybe some scarification, or if we have some issues deeper down with organic matter, we might need to remove that through hollow coring, or whether we can aerate and use sand to dilute some of those materials. But again, it's just more data, facts and figures to help us make those decisions for end of season maintenance. So I'll input all the numbers into graphs, and on those graphs they'll have the guidelines or the target lines, and then I'll sort of a paragraph on each segment to say maybe why we're not in target, or if we're in target, what are we working towards. I will make some recommendations, again, like on patch control, through the loss of ignition testing. But it's about working with the club. It's the club, or it's the head greenkeepers, it's their report. So it's about making it, putting it into a style that they can understand and interpret. A lot of my reports look completely different, just because we might have to portray a certain part of the results to present to the committee. So they might not understand the language that you and I may understand. So yeah, it's all very site specific. And like I said, I personally like to see a visual aid, so things of graphs and tables, help me, rather than just streams and streams of paragraphs and words. But yeah, there will be some recommendations in there as well. You can find us on the website www.regenamenity.co.uk. We're on all the socials as well, so you can drop me a DM or you can get me at sales@regenamenity.co.uk.